Hello and welcome to Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where we do a YouTube first. Case in point, this unit that I've got here, this is a Scintilla Vertex NV6 Magneto, and at the time of recording this video, which is August 2024, I checked and in YouTube, and there isn't a single tutorial about how to kind of rebuild, refurbish this Magneto. So I really mean that this is going to be kind of a YouTube first, because they're a bit of a dark art, this unit. So let me kind of start from the beginning and explain what this thing is, what it does and what it doesn't do. Yeah, so this is a Scintilla Vertex Magneto, which is probably kind of one of, I would say, kind of the best Magneto kind of that ever built, for at least for automotive applications. In aircraft kind of style, they used to be called Bendix because they were the same company, the Scintilla Bendix Corporation. So they used to, this company used to provide magnetos for automotive and aircraft kind of applications. This one in particular is for a 6-cylinder car, and what this is, obviously I've got there's a few things missing, as you can see. Kind of the cap here is missing, and a couple of other bits and bobs, but that's not a problem at the moment. So what this is a self-contained ignition system. Yeah, so basically you spin this, and it has a coil and magnets that create a magnetic field that energizes the coil, and then it discharges through a set of points and a condenser, like if it was a normal, automotive ignition. The beauty about mags is that because they are self-contained, they do not require a battery. Yeah, because in an automotive application you need the battery, and you need all the kind of ignition system, whilst on a Magneto you just get this unit, obviously properly built and with the cap and everything, but you just get this and that's it, you're golden. You don't need anything else. So therefore, let me show you kind of a bit closer now what we're working with. The initial condition of the unit, which isn't great, but yet it is great. Let me explain that, what I mean by that, in a minute. As you can see, we've got, this is an aluminium kind of armature that is kind of split in two, and you can see here through these numbers here, the numbers straddle the two sides of the armature so that you know how to put it back on correctly. And it has, well, this base that attaches here to the drive, and inside here, as I'll show you in a minute, there is a magnet. There are fixed magnets attached to the body here, and one that rotates, that energizes the coil, which I'm going to show you kind of what a coil looks like. So this is obviously a coil. The coil that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be putting a refurbished coil on this unit, so you know that this is what it looks. So this is what lives kind of yay underneath the unit. And then what you've got here is you've got kind of pretty much the classic components of a points ignition system. So you've got your points here, you've got this cam that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces, and then you've got a condenser, and then you've got this this thing that is hanging on by a thread, that is a strap that basically grounds the Magneto when you don't want to use it. So that's kind of essentially it. Now, and obviously, as you can see, this unit looks to be in a pretty calamitous state, but appearances can be deceptive with magnetos because they are exceedingly resilient units. And now I'm going to show you, I'm going to drive it with a drill, and you're going to see that the magneto sparks absolutely mint. So now what we are going to do is we're going to take it kind of step by step to disassemble this unit, and as I said, this isn't going to be like a one deal. It's going to be like a series of videos due to the kind of the complexity, if you want, of the task. So now what we are going to start doing is I'm going to show you how to disassemble the magneto, and you can't do it just like that. You need to, there are certain things that you need to observe before you even try to take it apart. So let's get on it, and then as I go along I'll start showing you what we're doing or not doing. Okay, so in order to disassemble this, first what you need to do is you need to kind of take note of the internal timing of the magneto in order for when you build it that you're gonna get the correct internal timing for the magneto. And for that, what you do is there is a small hole in the magneto there, and basically there is like a wheel inside that has only one hole. So in the whole of the 360-degree rotation, there's only one place this you can put this pin. You can drop a pin. Yeah. Now, and once you drop the pin in the hole, I mean I'm using a drill bit, but it's the same. You can use a pin. Once you drop the pin in that particular hole, in the whole of the 360-degree rotation, what you need to do is let me show you here that this is the key. So in here, what you need to see, so you see the pin here, and what you need to do is you need to record the position of this mark relative to this mark there. As you can see, this is, you know, a couple of degrees out. So what I'm going to do now, and obviously check the position of the points as well. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to obviously record this with, I'm going to take a few pictures, and you absolutely have to do this and have to take pictures of how the mag was, because you need to build it in the exact same way, and you're gonna see it in subsequent episodes, subsequent videos, when I get to finally build the mag. But this is very important before you do anything, to reference this position. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is very carefully, and with the aid of this vintage set of magneto spanners, which again you need magneto spanners to do this, so now I'm gonna very carefully take all these things apart, and you're gonna see kind of in the time lapse that I am going to be kind of taking pictures kind of every now and again, just to make sure absolutely everything goes back kind of the way it should. Okay, so here what I've done is I've taken the this bottom piece kind of off, and it requires for you to take this bolt here, these things that have this kind of very kind of like weird shape. And what I've created is I've created a tool. Basically it's like a box spanner that basically I'm able to extract them. So now this is what I was telling before, that this is the thing that you use to secure it there, and that's the hole. So now I'm ready to take off the rotor of the Magneto. Now I don't know if you can see by the amount of tools that I've got lying around. I'll show you in a minute. But the level of violence had to escalate quite a lot. But you know, I managed to price off the plate, the main plate, breaker plate, if you want. And now I can show you kind of the two things that I need to do for this unit to come out properly. As you can see here, this kind of gives you an idea of the level of violence that we had to deploy. But as you can see there, so what you can see right there is the bottom, is the bottom of the coil, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mags, 6 kind of magnetic strips, and you can see kind of the rotor also has 6 as well. So obviously this is a 6-cylinder Magneto, just for that you know that. So now what we need to do is we need to very delicately, and I mean delicately, kind of price these two things apart. So there are kind of a couple of ways that you can do it. So the one thing you can do is you can try to kind of hold down this piece and very gently try and put kind of screws kind of on this, and just delicately try to tap them very delicately until it starts coming apart. Or the other thing is that you can again, you need to either hold this piece down and very delicately tap on the coil, because the coil is going to start separating this out, because we need to take the coil apart essentially. As you can see here, so the coil came like inside here this way, and the only thing I had to do really is I got one of my kind of like a heavy drift kind of thing, and just by holding this and just tapping it gently, it came out. As you can see, obviously we got a fair bit of cleaning to do, but that's how this works. That's the coil basically lives inside this kind of two halves, if you want to. So now let me try to put it back on slightly. There we go. So that's basically how this lives. And then you've got kind of the rotor that goes underneath, and then this the plate at the top. So this is basically how you disassemble a Scintilla Vertex Magneto. So hopefully by the next episode, what I would be able to do is I would be able to start cleaning these things really kind of obviously delicately, and I'll obviously I need to order some parts, because I mean there's some things in here that need a lot of attention, so therefore then the next episode is going to take a while. But I hope you have kind of enjoyed this episode, and this allows you to have a look inside the Magneto and some tips on how to disassemble it. So if you've got any questions, put it down in the comments. Obviously don't kind of look out next week for the next episode, because it's not going to come, because this is going to be a bit of a slow burn series kind of across the channel. But anyway, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.